Well, on this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast...
Maybe we should just go back to the hole.
Don't worry, Rolk. One day we'll return to the hole.
Future edit, we never returned to the hole. We forget its existence.
Rolk never did return to the hole.
The party sets their sights on the ancient castle of Weatherstone.
Would you like to see it?
Oh, yes.
Would you like to go to the map?
Nah.
All right, we don't got it.
Struggles to pull a plan together.
Plan B. Kill them all.
Hey. Oof.
And makes a name for themselves.
Is that our group name?
Their story continues
Would you like a Weathers original?
now.
Here we are again.
Where are we?
So while we were recording the silence to noise reduce at the beginning of the episode, I was doing a little dance, and every time I moved, my shoulder cracked 3 times.
Oh,
Did you hear it on your mic?
I did not hear it
I
on my
didn't hear
mic,
it.
but boy, I felt it.
Ugh. It's a sign you're getting old.
I'm the youngest
Little
person
bit.
here.
A little bit. So how we doing? How we doing in this adventure? Oh, we're really into the thick of it now.
We kind of just spent an
Into the
entire
thick of
episode
it.
convincing this drunk guy to join us.
Yeah, I should have known that whenever I was reading that NPC, Weatherstone is an adventure site in this game.
Mhm.
It's a pre-made one.
What?
Yeah, the way it
Really?
works in this thing is like, oh, they have a little section on getting here, and they'll have a few different ways to like hook your players into coming here. And you guys were already kind of hooked off of like just overhearing that treasure hunters had gone after some sort of castle. But like this was to further like put you on the trail. And I should have known that like if you encounter an NPC that like amuses you, you'll do everything in your power to like bring them over. So I had to like roll stat block into a character sheet like on the fly while we were recording.
I have a question.
Yes,
We rested many times in the last episode.
correct.
Can I have got me a talent?
And new talent?
Yeah. Spend my XP.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'm sure you rested quite a few times.
Quite
so
a few
you had
times.
plenty of chances to earn that talent. What are you going to go with? I know we doled out the XP last session, but we didn't really decide, or not everyone decided.
I was going to go for Defender, either Defender or Fleetfoot, which gives you either a bonus chance to parry or a bonus chance to, dodge. But looking at my gear, I'm like 0.5 away from being encumbered. And we're about to hit a treasure site. So I think I'm probably going to go with Pack Mule for the practicality of it.
That's a
However-
wise choice.
We also have an NPC.
We might not
And-
want to keep him.
That is a fair point, but I also don't entirely trust the NPC.
Okay.
That's also a fair point. Let me see how much I can carry. I'm at 5.5 out of 8.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
But I still have 2 meat that is definitely bad.
Yeah, it's
I have
definitely
So
bad
now
at
I'm
this
at
point.
3.5 out of 8.
Okay.
I can
Awesome.
carry one more.
Eesh.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys are loaded up pretty well.
Well, you
Well,
know
my
what?
armor
Oh, no,
counts.
you know what? We're going to have enough experience to buy a new talent before we're done with Weathertop. I need something for survivability. I'm probably going to go with Fleetfoot or whatever that one was.
It's changing your mind.
Yeah. We'll probably
Fast
have
footwork.
Fast footwork. We'll probably have another chance to
The
level
dodgy
up
boy.
before we get done here.
Now I've already like kind of forgotten because I'm a GM that's been stress prepping and my brain is hazy. But I know Drow was banking the XP. Kat, did you bank as well?
I'm banking.
Okay, that's probably a good call.
Yeah.
Get some juicy on the other end of it. That's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
I
So how
mean,
about? Oh,
oops.
go ahead.
I was going to say it is a gamble.
Yeah, for sure. How about that hole?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I've got hiccups.
Uh-oh. Let me just turn up your gain a little bit.
Hey. Fuck you.
Oh, man. So how about that hole?
Yeah.
It really hurt.
I'm glad that we ignored it.
Completely, yeah.
It hurt to not explore it.
Mhm.
I was very curious what was going to happen because basically peeking behind the screen here, whenever you hit like a little icon on the map, you're supposed to have an adventure site there. You can obviously put extra ones in if you want, but like the book says, like if you hit the spot on the map, you should have an adventure site. Let me move the token so you can see what I mean. So basically, that's what the map looks like. There's a little cave thingy on there, and so you have to go find something to put there.
Mhm.
And so
So you
I
picked
chose,
a hole.
Yeah, because
Hole fun.
reasons. Hole is fun.
Oostengrove.
It's a whole lot of fun.
But I knew you guys are like, you would have talked to Rolk at this point and you would be like hot on the trail going to Weatherstone. I was like, what's going to happen with the party that's like, ooh, castle, whenever they get faced with, ooh, hole.
Hey, it's not like we're like, oh, look, shiny.
Yeah, I mean, there was a moment you guys definitely thought about it.
I think maybe, and this was probably a little bit out of character for me. I think that Cahoon should have been really into exploring the hole.
That's fair.
But he was laser focused on getting to that castle, which,
Right.
considering he is 13 and probably only ever thinks about mozzarella sticks, is a little bit off. I won't lie.
No, I want mozzarella.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, I was like starting to roll.
take a quick break and go grab some mott
Just
sticks?
can I have mozzarella sticks?
Yeah. Let's go to Arby's, grab some mott sticks and a roast beef sandwich.
Go to Arby's.
I'll take the roast
We
beef
got
sandwich.
This
episode of the Third Gallon Broadcast brought to you by Arby's. No, not really.
Are we sponsored? No, we just like them.
No, we just like it. We just like it.
Ugh.
Oh, man. Now I am hungry, though. God, we just started recording this, too. So
Yeah.
I got a ways to go
Well, hey.
before I
Yeah,
can
we'll
eat.
be okay.
Let's get to this castle. Let's get killed, and then we can just go have food.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is a suicide run.
So we get 4 eps in, you go die, and we get fast food. So,
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
There's season 1.
That's what I call
Nuggets.
success right there.
Season 1 done. Let's throw a party. Get some Arby's. All right. Well, let's get into this then. For 300 years, the blood mist prevented all in Ravenland
Wait.
from...
You don't have music.
How dare...
You don't have music.
All right, let me turn on my ambience here.
How dare!
Brought to you by Michael Ghelfi and his wonderful work. Let's
Got a
get this going.
reference.
Okay, I am doing this for you.
Consistency is everything.
All right. Are we ready now? We got our Johns rolling?
Please
Yep.
continue.
All right. For 300 years, the blood mist prevented all in Ravenland from straying far from the comfort of their hearths. Now, the mist is gone. Brave souls and cunning scoundrels now wander the cursed world, sealed away behind the iron lock to find their fortune in the Forbidden Lands.
Dun, dun,
When
dun.
we last left our intrepid party, our friend makers, as you might call them, they had made a fresh friend in Rolk.
Is that our group name?
The friend makers.
You may
I'm
have
sorry.
heard of the
I will
Tomb Takers.
Take it.
I didn't mean to
Now
name your
here's the
party.
friend
We
makers.
even kind of befriended the Rust guy and then just sent him along.
The friend makers.
I feel as though that's about as friendly as you want to get with a Rust brother.
Seriously.
All right. Well, when the friend makers had last made their recent catch, and one Rolk, a drunk adventurer who had been left behind by Escar Farthing, the person that you've been seeking. This Escar Farthing had a party of adventurers, treasure hunters, that had been searching for a castle that you'd heard of this rumor when you last left Boulder Post. So you went seeking them, seeing if you could find them or find what they were looking for. But you were able to find Rolk, and he told you a little bit of what had been going on. He had let you know how many people were in there in his drunken stupor, or in the party in his drunken stupor. And you made camp and waited for him to come to, and managed to recruit him to your side. He seems eager for adventure, and you are taking him in what you think is the direction of Escar's party. And you're going to what you now realize is Weatherstone. Some of you have heard a legend about this before, just to briefly recap. So you had recalled information about Weatherstone, you had made lore checks for this as well, and the legend that you got, that I gave to you, was 10 generations before our time, the cruel king Algarad declared that Alderland had become overcrowded. He sought to expand his kingdom by leading an army across the mountains to Ravenland, where he fell in battle against the demonic hordes of the sorcerer Zygofer. As he was lost, so too was the scepter Nekahaka, rumored to be the source of his power. However, the will of the king burned so fiercely that he refused to die and for ages stood watch in the stronghold of Weatherstone. Legend has it that Algarad will march again one day to retrieve the spire of Nekahaka and complete his conquest of Ravenland. But the curse was suddenly broken and the undead king and his men finally went to their final rest. There are whispers that Algarad's war chest remains in Weatherstone, forever guarded by evil spirits and the beasts of the sorcerer. And your group, has freshly come upon Weatherstone. As you've been exploring, you've found it. And it is before you now. Would you like to see it?
Oh, yes.
Would you like to go to the map?
Nah.
All right, we don't gotta.
Yeah,
I'd
let's
go
just
back to
mind it.
Let's
let's
go back
just
to
stay in
Boulder
theater of the
Post.
mind.
Are
Yeah.
you just gonna go home? Go back to Boulder Post?
No, let's go check out that hole.
Yeah, let's go.
hole. All right, let me take you guys. Let's go to the map. This is what you see before you. I'm not sure if I'll be able to post art of this, but check our social media if I have. If you're watching the video, I may have posted this as well. But this is what you see before you.
I would like to point out on this beautiful, I would say, mid to late 80s style D&D drawing. There is a wizard with a pointy hat, probably an archer, and then something short with
A dwarf with an axe.
with a little Dovahkiin helmet and and an axe. Oh, they're so little looking.
I love that
That is just so charming.
it's like inked and then a few carefully chosen watercolor colors.
yeah.
It's beautiful to look
This
at.
is comprised of what looks like a grayish, a green, a yellow, and a red. And then the background is just this beautiful, like, watercolored blue. It's very appealing.
It is gorgeous. A lot of the artwork in Forbidden Lands has that, like, 80s, 90s D&D vibe with the black and white stuff. And this is basically like one of those images, but that's been colored in, and it's of this castle, like, in, what is this, like a ravine, a valley, like, built into these hills and stuff. It is excellent. And I have some juicy text to read to you guys.
Flavor text?
Mm-hmm.
I could go on and on about the way that this is composed. It's just beautiful.
Give me that flavor.
Put on your flavor bibs, because here it comes.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Fog drifts like shredded souls through the wind-swept mountain pass you traverse. As the fog disperses, for a moment you see the crumbling stronghold, Weatherstone, rise against the northern side of the mountain pass, surrounded by a moat filled with muddy water. The landscape is barren. Only thorny bushes and sharp grass survive in these lands. It is quiet apart from singing and strange animal sounds, the likes of which you've never heard before. Bones from horses and humans are strewn along the road to the stronghold. A fire burns in the watchtower in front of the castle, and the smell of food drifts on the wind. So, if you'll look at the depiction of Weatherstone, you will see that one of the towers in front of the fortress is lit.
Yeah, there's a harsh yellow inside of the windows, which are blacked out otherwise, and I noticed that.
And this picture is kind of accurate because you have come here at the most convenient time, in the middle of the day.
Midday, so that everybody who's in there can see us coming.
All right.
Yep.
What do you do?
I would like to try and stealth up.
Yes,
Get a sense of what's happening here.
All right, so I'm going to say...
Are here's the question. Are we sending Cahoon up by himself to stealth? Or do we want to try to get the party up there? Because if the party goes, the worst person's stealth gets rolled.
Who's got the worst stealth?
Probably you, Dreamin, or the new guy.
I have 3.
Rolk also
no.
has 3.
We gotta go with new guy.
Yeah, he has 3 agility and no skill and stealth.
Or we send somebody up by themselves at the risk that it would take a while for us to get there if trouble happened.
I could go
Because
with.
we are in
Yeah.
this hex, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, we wouldn't be leaving. What if we had Kali and Cahoon go, and Dreamin can stay with Rolk until we motion for them to come.
The thing is, you're ranged.
True.
I mean, so basically, if you want to stealth into this place, it's very wide open. So, like, whoever is not stealthing would be quite far away. At least, what is it, far, which is like 100 meters, I think. If not also distant. Like, because like you'd have to stay way back to get enough cover to be sure that you wouldn't be seen. So you would be very much split up.
I have another idea. Can I look at the ground leading up to the lit tower and see how many pairs of footprints I see?
I mean, you'd have to get up there, so that you'd have to get close enough to go look.
Or could I follow the trail that I assume they would have taken and count there? Is the ground soft enough?
So you want to see tracks coming in?
Yeah.
You don't really see anything. I remember there's like a lot of different ways into here, so it'd be hard for you to find the direct route they took here. That only would converge probably, right in front of Weatherstone, which is out in the open.
It's like before we get too far, Kali just kind of looks at her companions like, so what is our plan?
Considering how there's a campfire and I can smell some meat cooking, I bet at least some of them are alive, if not all of them. So,
Plan B. Kill them all.
hey,
Here's an idea. I could go up and see how many of them actually made it through. Considering they left one guy behind, maybe they would leave another.
Well, that's fair. Cahoon, I believe in you.
Is there any way where I can stealth and not be with Cahoon, but not be far or distant?
If you're both going to go up there, the worst stealth check makes the roll, even if you're going to be separated enough.
Okay, then just let Cahoon do it. Kali looks at Cahoon and says, I trust you.
Rolk. Did any of these people have a bow?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure a couple of them did. Yeah, Kodamar, remember I said he's like a hunter guy?
Yeah.
So he's really good with a bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we want to do?
Well, Cahoon,
I could try to get a count on their numbers.
get a count.
Okay.
And we'll decide after that. We may have to see if we can get along with them.
You do have the softest of paws.
Okay.
So what are you going to do?
Guess I'm going to try and stealth up just to get a look-see.
All right.
Or get to where I could pick out footprints.
Or voices. I bet you've got really good hearing.
So it's just you going up, right? All right, give me a stealth roll then. All right, that's a success.
Yeah, but that's only one success.
You could push. This is dangerous.
I would say this is
Yeah.
desperate.
And the thing of it is, you can't do your pride because you haven't failed.
Yeah.
As far as I think, well, I guess that would depend on what he rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Or-
see me roll?
We saw you
Privately.
roll privately. I feel as though I would be willing to tough through a sprained ankle to try and keep quieter.
Now, keep in mind, unlike exploring, if you take damage here and you're trying to keep going, like it could affect you more. That's the big risk. Like, yeah, you'll get willpower points, but like it'll affect you for whatever you're in for, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, tough choices.
The thing is, it is entirely possible that I could get hit with 5 Banes.
Seriously. The math is not in your favor.
Well, math is in their favor. It's just That doesn't mean anything.
What do you guys think?
You've got a success. I would go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it? Okay.
Yeah, and if
And
you
then
fail,
to find out, I could try to use my pride.
Yeah.
Ouch. I cracked my finger bad. I took some agility damage.
Drow has taken ability damage. Please remember to mark it on your character sheet.
I gotta just say, a quick aside before, or have you made your decision?
I don't think I'm gonna push, yeah.
Okay. No, just as a quick aside, I wish I could do what we're doing here in more RPGs by just having a cool picture of a place and not needing a battle map.
I like battle maps though.
I
Theater
love
of the
battle
mind
maps
is fun.
too, but like this is way prettier.
Oh yeah,
It's so
It also
beautiful.
depends on the game you're playing.
Yeah.
Like this game is more conducive to it, I feel
Yeah.
like. Anyway,
yeah.
so you're going to go up to the tower. What are you doing?
No, I want to get up to where I can start. So you see where everything starts to diverge into the different entrances to this keep, I guess.
Right.
I want to get to where I can start picking out how many footprints there are.
That's a good question.
So I imagine like to the open spot there.
Yeah. So you going to the left or the right, or are you just looking in the middle?
I want to look in this area first.
You see footprints, but it's kind of hard to tell how many. There's at least 3, and they go towards the small tower and towards the main entrance. And they're not super fresh. Like they're not. Someone was here like an hour ago. They're worn in a little bit more than that. But it's hard to discern. There's definitely more than one person, but you don't know like an exact number.
Okay. I'm gonna look to wherever the rest of my party is hiding. And I'm going to hold up 3 digits and then slowly raise another and then another, saying in that area.
You get an okay sign.
You were gonna yell?
Reared back, ready to yell.
Thank you, Cahoon.
Get him!
Not stealthy.
I'm an expert at stealth. You'll never see me coming.
Sneak attack.
Okay, so what do you want to do now?
I'll keep looking and I will point towards the entrance.
So to the left as we look on the map here?
No, to where I think that they're camping.
Oh, okay, to
entrance of
the
the
separate
campsite.
Yeah.
watchtower thing.
Yeah.
All right. Is that where you're going to go, or do you want
This is
everyone to
me.
follow you?
This is me, trying to see if they want me to do more reconnaissance.
We give you a thumbs up in the
Thumbs up.
distance.
All right, I will try to sneak in further.
is an audiovisual. Sight gags don't work.
Yeah.
Jacob's over here giving thumbs up very aggressively. Okay, so you're going to go up there?
And I will stealth again, I guess.
No, you're good. Same
Okay.
stealth roll. Yeah. Same stealth roll. So you make your way up to the watchtower.
Mm-hmm.
The ragged watchtower stands like a newborn next to the stronghold ruin on the cliff behind it. Vines cling to its withered walls. Trails of smoke rise from the caved-in roof, and someone has a fire going. So how
Do I hear
close-
voices?
You do not. How close are you getting? You do hear the crackling of a fire, though.
Do I smell blood?
Blood?
Yeah, did somebody sneak in there and fucking kill them?
No. Not that you smell. Not that you can smell. It doesn't smell like fresh violence.
Okay.
Smell
Does
of
the
fresh violence.
Now you said that I could smell meat, right?
No. You see trails of smoke rise from the caved-in roof, and you can tell someone has a fire going, but you don't smell meat.
So it could just be that they left it going and they're inside the castle.
Yeah, this could be. They might not have left anyone to guard the camp.
Mm-hmm. Could be a diversion.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's going to cross Cahoon's mind. And they're going to drop low onto
How close are you to it?
probably halfway up the little ramp thing.
So you're at the base of it.
Mm-hmm. If they
are you
don't,
at the door, or are you in the
No.
open on the ramp?
They are in the open on the ramp, trying to ascertain if they can hear people. And if they don't hear people, they're going to turn around.
Ah, okay. So you're just gonna wait there, see if you can hear anybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you wait there a little bit. You hear the fire in the background, and after about like a minute or so, you hear just like a little bit of humming.
From the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't get us copyright stricken.
So was I singing something in particular?
It sounded like you were getting dangerously close to I'm a Lumberjack.
Oh, no.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
No, that was what I was going for, man. That'd be good. Though.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna turn back then.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that I did hear somebody. At least one person in the tower. The rest might be in the main keep.
Hang on, I'm gonna get into voice. I heard somebody humming. Really bad tone, but they were there.
Hey, now.
I don't know
Voice
if
comes to the tower. Hey, now.
you didn't hear me. Shut up. I think that the others might be in the tower. Not the tower, the keep.
Well, we could easily overpower one.
Well, you heard someone humming?
Yeah.
Well, usually, Dendria, like, she had like fiddle. So, like, if she was gonna play anything, she played on that. I don't really know anyone else that would be, like, humming, though. Like, Gortimer was kind of a jerk. Brother Faribault is a Rust brother, so he's kind of quiet. And maybe Escar, he hums? I don't know.
I mean, maybe if the Rust brother was alone, maybe if that jerk was alone, people behave differently whenever they're in a group.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
My inner murder hobo says taking
route them?
one person out wouldn't be that hard.
Oh, I said it in character.
By
We could easily
themselves.
overpower one.
But Dreamin' says, I don't know what we should do here.
Not to mention, if we don't get the drop on them immediately and they yell, we would be in a kill pot.
That's right, it would be unfortunate. The other thing is, I don't know how well we'd be able to make peace if we make ourselves known to them. Would they just attack us?
Maybe we should just go back to the hole.
Don't worry, Rolk. One day we'll return to the hole.
I want to make it my house.
Future edit, we never return to the hole. We forget its existence.
Rogue never did return to the hole.
I feel like we have a better chance of not getting cornered if we go into the main castle and maybe block it off.
If we block it off, they'll definitely hear that.
The thing is that the one person at least wouldn't be able to get in. If there's more than one out in the tower, they wouldn't be able to get in after us.
Well, here's the question. Ultimately, brass tacks, people. Are we going in violently, or are we going in with peace in mind? Because if we try to block off any doorways, that will be construed as an attack, or preparation for violence.
Our plan that perhaps they were already dead seems to be falling apart.
Or,
Yeah.
this is Jacob talking, not Dreamin'. Or, this is Dreamin' talking, not Jacob. Look at that. We could just wait and watch for today. See what their
Reconnaissance.
schedule is. Could see when they go in, when they take breaks, if they come out before or after nightfall.
Here's the thing. I don't think that we would be able to set up a camp with a fire. If we waited until nightfall, that would be very visible.
That's fair.
Either we would have to make it so that it's hidden very well, and one of us would have to go out further to scout, or we would just have to sit in the dark.
And suffer the cold.
That is fair.
But reconnaissance does sound useful.
Dreamin' could probably survive without a campfire. He's got really good endurance.
My strength is 4, and that's all that I have.
My strength is 3. I've done it before. I kind of like that idea. Let's do reconnaissance and just fight the cold and see what happens. Bunker down where we can see them, but it's hard for them to see us.
All right, how long do you want to wait?
Let's actually talk to our guy.
Yeah.
Rolk.
Uh-huh.
Whenever you were working with them, who usually took first shift? Did it?
Like watches?
Yeah. Was there a pattern or?
Not really, no.
Okay. Did Eskar usually not take a watch because he was heading this whole operation?
I mean, yeah. He was always busy with that map and other stuff. He was the guy kind of like leading us here.
Okay.
Well, him and Quartermar, because Quartermar was better at knowing where he was, I think. He's the hunter.
That's
dude.
the hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that those are our prime targets.
I mean, it is kind of weird because, like, they shouldn't they just be in there exploring during the day while there's light?
Oh, it looks like most of them are, except for maybe one.
Why were they split up though?
To keep an eye, unless there's already treasure in their campsite.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
That's all right, Rolk.
What do you guys want to do?
So many decisions.
I mean, that guy.
Guy?
Hmm?
Did it sound like a
It sounded masculine, yeah.
masculine? Okay.
Yeah.
The guy that was humming did sound pretty pleased with himself. I could try to go up to the entrance to the actual keep quietly and listen in to see if I hear voices echoing down the hallway.
Fair enough. If there's no one close by, we may be able to try to approach and talk to the person at the campsite. If they're deep in the keep, they might not hear if they yell.
Yeah. Not to mention, if the legends are true, and there are things in there, maybe they'll just assume it's that.
Oh,
And again,
fair point.
if this place is supposed to be haunted by spirits, maybe that's not a campfire at all, maybe that's hell.
Well, I mean, anything's possible, I suppose.
I'm finally getting back into the fact that Cahoon is a young teenager with a
Cahoon,
wild imagination.
I think you're right about everything.
Thank you, I do too.
Let's go see if
that
that's
was the
hell.
most teenagery thing that I've said all day.
So you're saying you'll sneak up to the keep door, see if they're
Yeah.
close to the entrance.
Yeah.
And if they're not, our group can try to go talk to the person at the
Yeah.
campsite.
I like
All right,
it.
I like it.
All right, go ahead and make me roll if you're going to stealth again.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Out of 8 dice, I rolled 3 successes.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Fantastic.
Oh,
That game master privately rolled some dice thing in the
Yeah,
chat.
that's
Just always
anxiety.
scares me.
so ominous.
All right, go ahead and go.
All right. I will get up closer and try to listen.
You get up closer, you try to listen, you just hear something like,
Is
From the
keep doorway?
In the keep doorway?
oh, you went to the other one?
Yeah, I
sorry,
wanted
there's
to
a lot
listen
of
to see if
cursors.
I can.
Oh,
sorry.
so you're going up to the main entrance?
Yes.
My bad, you did
To-
not hear that then.
There.
All right, you go up there, and so, couple things.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's never good.
Yeah.
A couple of things are going to happen.
First, let me read some text for you as you approach the main entrance. The drawbridge to the main gate has rotted through and fallen into the moat. The water is cloudy and foul-smelling. From time to time, you see ripples in the algae on the surface, and there's a patch of some dark substance on the shore. So you get up there, the drawbridge is basically rotted and gone, and there's a gap you'd have to cross.
So what you're saying,
Big stinky smell.
it's not easy to get inside the keep.
You'd have to find some way to cross that jump. Like, you don't have to jump, but you'd have to find some way to get across.
But that means if, let's say, the person at the campsite were to yell and somebody inside were to hear it, it would still take them time to get over there because they'd have to find some way to get across that bridge area.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
I feel like we should have known that sooner.
Well, you didn't go up to the, edge there. You stood in the middle, and then you like went to explore the watchtower.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, if we're supposed to be represented by the people on the map, this castle is huge.
So, assuming that both of those sneakings were a turn, right?
Like a round or like a 15-minute turn?
Like a 15-minute thing.
Okay.
Us planning and me going.
Okay.
We would still be in the early part of the day, yeah?
You're still in the middle of the day. Yeah, you got 6 hours.
Okay. Would we want to go and make our attempt on the tower?
If
I vote yes.
If Cahoon gives the thumbs up, Dreamin will start working his way that way.
Okay.
Okay. I will do so.
So Dreamin will nudge Callie,
Callie.
and Rolk, and he'll say, "All right, let's go make friends. Rolk, for you, it'll be your second time making friends with them. This should be delightful."
I'm a little
and he'll
nervous.
start, it's fine. You're a great individual, Rolk, is when you're not on the liquor.
Thanks, I think.
Oh, yes. On that note, Rolk, I need you to look here. Look at my eyes.
Oh.
If they're being hospitable
Uh-huh.
and they offer you wine
Oh.
or ale or mead or any kind of drink like that,
Yeah.
you say no.
No.
No. Rolk, look here.
Uh-huh.
Dreamin' is everyone's dad.
You're my friend, Rolk.
Oh, that means so much to me.
But we don't want to let our friends down now, do we?
I guess not.
When you get drunk, you let everyone down. And I'd like you to keep in mind, this is a man with like the hair and the face of a half-elf Doc Brown, but his body is covered in just furs that he has sewn together, and he is buff. He is a fit 120-year-old half-elf.
Sticks out a pointer finger at him, flexing.
Flexing.
Don't let me down, Sonny.
Don't. So, Rolk,
Yeah.
that means if you're offered the chance to get wasted,
Wasted.
you don't take it.
Okay.
You are not allowed to get drunk or drink alcohol until we're done in the castle.
Oh, this is rough. This is
I
not-
know, but after we're done, we get to celebrate, and you can get crunk all you want.
Okay.
Deal?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So
Man,
water only. I know, it will be rough.
Being an adventurer is hard.
I know, but you can do this. You are a treasure hunter
I
after
thought it was a
all.
lot more like
Why are you guys so
partying
loud?
and being like a hero and everything.
Well, it's part of it, but after we win.
Okay. We're gonna go now.
Absolutely.
All right.
Kali just kind of holds out her bow and says, "You mean no bow?"
Oh, if we have to. But not off the bat.
She just kind of slowly puts it behind her.
So yeah, then our group will walk up towards the campsite.
Are
And
you going to stealth?
no, because we're coming in peace.
Okay.
We're trying to let them know that we're there shortly before we get to the door. So maybe we'll, Dreamin' will get close enough to where Cahoon can join us and just be like, la
I'll stay hidden.
Okay, that's a good idea. Hello. That got way too high.
Dream, what happened to your voice?
Get to the door. I'm sorry, I was singing. Hello. Is there somebody here? The lights seem to be on.
That was lovely. Thank you.
Oh, that's a different voice. Hello, is there anyone there?
And you hear someone say, "Oh, goody old happy day." Sees a man, like a middle-aged man. He has really light brown eyes. He's kind of scruffy. He has gray and white hair. And he comes out wearing like these long gloves. It looks like he's been keeping himself warm.
I thought you were about to say fingerless gloves.
No, it says, and it's funny. It says fingered gloves, which I was like, well, why would? It's just gloves. But he comes out and he says, well, you must be another group of adventurers. Well, I'm Dalb. I'm a bard of sorts. I'm just hanging out here, and I made my camp up here, exploring this place a little bit. It's really cool, and like, got a lot of history around here. Are you guys with the other group that's done come into this area before? You were here just a little bit ago.
No, we're separate from them.
Oh, you're separate, so you're not with Esgar at all, are you?
No, we're not with Esgar. At least Esgar doesn't know us.
That's mighty interesting. Well, I'll make you the same offer that I made Esgar. Do you want to come and share a meal with me? I've actually been making a little bit more. I thought they were going to come back down for lunch, but they're still up there, so I don't know what's up.
What's cooking?
Okay, in Forbidden Lands, is there any kind of insight or sense motive to see if this guy is sketchy? Because he just sounds like a friendly guy offering a meal, but nothing's ever that easy.
Nothing is ever that easy in the Forbidden Lands.
The Forbidden Lands.
If someone's trying to manipulate you, you get an opposed roll, I'm pretty sure.
But he's not necessarily trying to manipulate us, because that's a whole check right there.
You just role play it.
I would love to have a meal.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I got some wild catch making a stew out of it. You want to come hang out and have a sip?
I would love to.
Oh,
Dalb.
great.
It was his name, Dalb?
Dalb, D-A-L-B. Dalb.
Awesome. How long was this other group with you?
Oh, they got in about last night, and then they set out early this morning and to explore this place. I hadn't seen hide or heard of them since then.
And this whole time we'll be making our way. Shortly before we walk in, I almost called him Drinder. Dreamin will kind of wave his hand out behind his back and motion out to the outwardness to the follow, but he doesn't. He's obscure about it.
Okay.
So is he trying to contact Cahoon?
Telling Cahoon to get closer, but maybe don't make yourself known yet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking anyways.
So as we're making our way in, he'll be like, how did this group treat you? Were they nice?
I gotta say, Asgar was a little rude. Other people in his group seemed nice. There was this lady, Dringia. I forget her name because the DM's bad at remembering names.
Fair enough.
But she was pretty nice. She had a fiddle, sounded real good. The Rust brother guy, he was quiet. And then Kodamar was also kind of moody, but he seemed nice enough. He just didn't talk a lot.
Not everybody talks a lot.
No.
So down and sitting down, getting comfortable. Do you live here?
No. Now I just come up here. I found this place a long time ago, and I enjoy the history. I come camp out. It's a nice place to be alone, and I'm a bard by trade. I like to write poetry and write down stories. And I find a lot of inspiration in this place.
Oh, that's fantastic. This place has quite the story behind it, or so I hear.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any odd goings on?
You're not the first person to ask me that. Asgar asked me that just the other night. Him and his followers here, they're the most odd thing I've seen. Because I've been here a couple times,
No ghosts, spooky, scary skeletons,
I think the legends are a little overblown in my mind. It seems fine. I don't go up in it really, but it seems fine enough. I know it looks spooky because it's old, but that treasure hunter, Escar, whatever his name is, Cargo. They were asking me. I think they're looking for this famed weapon. I've never been in because I don't want to look for trouble. I just enjoy this place. But they're seeking the weapon of the king Algarad. Supposedly his mighty sword Rustbite rests with him here. But yeah, Escar is super impatient. He left early this morning. But I didn't tell them this because, they're a little impatient trying to get on out. But there's something that you might find of interest. And he has a pipe now that he's sitting at his campfire. And he looks at the campfire and takes a deep inhale. And he says, so the one thing that does haunt this place, at least from my understanding of being in it, is there's lots of undead. But they ain't moving. They lie in eternal rest because there used to be a lot of undead guarding this place before their curse was broke. But Weatherstone's still a dangerous place. Rumors say that there's an unholy beast in there, a creature so vile it can rip the limbs off an ogre.
Oh my.
But there is a way to slay it with that sword I mentioned, Rustbite, the sword of King Algarad. You find that sword and you can kill that beast. And I'm sure there's plenty of old treasure buried in there. That's what I've heard about this place. It's pretty simple, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eskar was real impatient. He didn't give me much time of day. His party seemed nice enough, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise with him going all about his plans.
Interesting. Well, you know what? Dalby, you're a joy to listen to. Fantastic to be around. You are quite the storyteller. What do you have to eat here?
Oh, yeah. Well, you look and he's going over to tend to his stew pot, and it looks like a rabbit stew that he's got going on. And there is enough for everyone to have food today.
While his back is to us,
And we motion.
while his back is to us, Dreamin will motion to Rolk and to Callie. He gets it wrong. I know your name, Kali. And he'll hold up one finger and mouth, "Wait for me to eat first." And then he'll put his hand down and smile, and if the guy's giving food out, he'll take a bowl.
Okay. He starts serving. He serves yours first because you're there waiting for it. And Rolk's just like, "Oh man, that smells really good." Hey,
I'm quickly going to take a bite.
yeah. You take a bite and it tastes really good.
No endurance check?
No.
Gives a thumbs up.
All right. And you're served a lovely lunch out here on this crisp spring day in Weatherstone.
Dreamin will stand up and say, "Pardon me, Dal, but I must do something real quick." And he'll step out the door and go, "Cahoon, are you nearby?
Oh, there's another one of you.
I think it's safe for you to come in."
And then from directly above the door on that little platform, I stick my head down.
Ah, hello, Cahoon.
Wow, you're a big old fella, ain't you? Whoa.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, come in, Cahoon. We're having lunch, breakfast,
That is lunch.
brunch.
It's midday.
Oh, lunch.
I'm going to offer my massive meaty paw and I say,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You want some soup? Some stew?
That sounds lovely. Thank you.
All right.
I hope that you can forgive my skulking around your abode, but I had to make sure that my family is safe.
I thought I heard something earlier.
Dreamin's so proud of Cahoon, he didn't react with disgust when he heard stew, cooked foods.
the ears are down though.
He reacted so polite. He'll mutter, "You're so polite, Cahoon."
I've been trying.
He's maturing.
Rolk speaks up and it's like, "Hey, did Eskar mention me at all? Like, I was with him, but like they kind of left me behind, and like, did he say anything?" And Toby's like, "Well, what's your name?" "Rolk." "Well, Rolk, they didn't say nothing about you. I'm sorry, dude. It looks like they left you in the lurch."
Yeah.
Oh.
We found him drunk,
Oh, yeah, I was drunk.
but he has already proven to be a valuable asset.
I see.
That's right. Rolk has already learned from some of his mistakes, and
I'm
he's been a
trying.
valuable member of our party for the past day and a half.
I'm valuable.
You are valuable.
Every sentient creature in the Forbidden Lands has value.
But yours has risen considerably.
Oh my god.
And you just see Kali in the background eagerly eating her soup,
All right.
but very dainty.
So you share a meal with Dalb, and he tells you what you've said. Anything in particular that you want to bring up, or?
So he said that he's not heard from them since this morning.
Yeah,
Early this morning. It's not been it's been half of a day.
something like that.
A castle this big, they could be deep exploring.
I do have a question.
Okay.
So you come around here often, you said? I was listening, sorry.
Yeah, I get it coming around here a little bit. This is a spot of inspiration for me, if you will.
The scenery is quite breathtaking. I
It is,
imagine
it
that a
is.
man of your profession would find it riveting.
Yeah.
I really need to tone it down. I've got 3 wits.
That's a
wits
whole
is-
lot of syllables for 3 wits.
I look at it this way: 2 wits is average.
Okay.
So,
Actually, 3 is average.
oh, 3 is average. Okay,
My understanding, yeah.
awesome.
Okay. Anyway, is this the first time that you've seen anybody go inside?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard tell of other adventurers been trying to find this place, but, I never seen anyone here, so yeah.
Have you heard the alleged beast from inside? Is it? Can you prove it?
No, I ain't going in that far deep.
Oh, so you've been inside the castle proper?
I think I was, it's been a couple years, but I think I was able to cross the moat once, and it's not pretty in there. The watchtower is kind of
Is there a way
spot.
to get over?
I'm sure if you look around, maybe you could find something to put across.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Escar was able to figure it out earlier today, so
You weren't perchance watching, were you?
no, I was sleeping in.
That is so exceptionally valid.
What is Dalb? Human?
Human.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the stew.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm shocked that you were able to find wild parsnips out here. But I can definitely
I travel
taste
with
them.
a little bit of grub, Spice up what you find in the wild.
I do enjoy the time.
Flavor stick.
The rabbit's delicious. I like meat.
Oh, I meant time like the herb.
So yeah, you share this meal, you finish it up.
I'll go scout to see if I can find something that could bridge the gap. If there's like a plank or some rope.
Yeah, so you go looking around, and you find some old tree, like logs. It's dead, but it's still solid enough that you could probably, if you work together, get a few of them and lay them across to go across the thing.
Dalb, have you gone fishing in this water?
I ain't touching that water. The water's nasty.
Have you seen the movement?
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing.
I don't
Just
know.
fish or frogs or
I
something like
figured
that.
that you were a curious type, but I definitely understand also not wanting to throw caution completely to the wind.
I ain't stupid. You don't get to be this old being stupid.
Fair enough.
I would avoid the water.
Dalb,
Yes.
how much longer are you going to be here?
Oh, I don't know.
I suppose I'm asking, if we decide to go delving into this castle, would we be able to partake of your camp every evening?
I mean, so long as I'm here, I might be heading out for too long.
Oh,
You know, Dalb,
Yeah, Delb?
Yeah.
you know, if you wanted to explore deeper in, we could accompany you. We're planning on going in ourselves.
I mean, I know my limits. I'm not going to be much handy in any sort of dungeon, castle delving exploration. I'm good out here, thanks.
I think this is DM4. You can't adopt this one.
At least, not till we've got a home.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
be sure to tell you about anything cool I see inside.
That sounds great.
So, here's what I want to try, planning up for this day. I'd like to take this day section and the evening section. I want to try and make armor. And that
Okay.
way we can start delving in the next day, and you have armor, don't you?
I'm armored.
That way
yeah.
we'll all have armor, because I don't, and we'll be in the best shape possible with food and whatnot. Because, and I feel like it's reasonable to assume this, there's already a camp here. We don't need to make one.
Yeah.
I would
but I am
very
going to put down my blanket.
I would
That's
very
right.
much like to hunt as like to return the favor that we ate his food. We
I
could
mean, aren't
replace
y'all
it.
worried, though, about them stealing treasure from this place? Getting in ahead of you?
Well, they're already in there.
And they managed to find a way out. Or a way in. They would have to go the same way out. We could watch for whenever they get there, and if push really came to shove, I imagine that we could just thank them for retrieving it for us by pushing them into the water.
Murder hobo style. That was out of character.
I'm finally getting to the edge that I wanted.
I also believe that if they're being cautious, there's no way they should be able to find anything of great importance the first day. Especially if, like you said, this place is full of undead, moving or not.
I'd prefer to let them deal with the bulk of the undead.
Yeah. My only concern is that if they get, bumped into, they'll wake up and they'll leave a trail of active zombies.
And that's a fair point. But in the same regard, I imagine if that happened, the undead would follow them even further in.
All right, so is that the plan? Try to make some armor today and tonight?
I'll go hunting with Mom.
All right.
Yeah, I want to thank Dalb by replenishing the meat stores that he shared with us.
All right. So
We're civilized folk.
you go ahead and make your crafting roll, and you can take a +1 from Rolk helping you.
Yeah.
Yay!
I am really banking on the hope that we're more competent than Esgar.
So you made a successful crafting roll. Does that mean you make leather armor?
I do.
Well, I'll be danged. Look at you. Nice going there. Wow, that was really cool.
Oh, thank you, Daub. Thank you, Rolk.
I used to be an apprentice at a tannery, but it's been a long time.
Oh, well, your help made a very big difference. I don't know if I could have done it so well without you. Thank you, Rolk.
Oh, that's so cool.
Would you like a Weathers original?
Okay, for the audience, Jacob actually just hands out Werther's originals whenever he has them.
Oh, wait.
Jacob,
If
no.
you have a bag of them right now.
Jacob, do you?
I don't know if I have a bag, but I think one fell out of the bag at one point. No, I don't have it.
Oh,
Sad
such a
day.
shame, because I actually love Werther's originals.
They're just so good.
Delicious.
So I guess I hunt now.
Third Gallon Podcast brought to you by...
Shut up.
Yeah, go ahead and make your survival roll. I'm assuming
Yeah, I'm
Kazmoon's
going
gonna...
to aid.
All right. Getting 2 success.
All right, so that means we roll twice on the table and you pick what you want.
Awesome.
Really?
Yes, that's the
Ooh,
best.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You hadn't gotten 2 successes on that yet.
I got a fox or a mouse. I want the fox.
Now, keep in mind when you hunt the fox, it's a -1 die. Oh, but 3 meat and 1
And
pelt.
Yeah,
Pelt.
and pelt. No, we want to kill the fox.
I hate foxes. They're not good dogs.
I get 2 successes
yes.
on my 8 dice. Just note that is what Kali is built to do.
All right, you just decimate this fox. You bring it back.
Fuck you.
It is now the evening quarter day. You have your fox, you have your 1 more pelt, and your
yes.
3 units of meat. Night time has come, and no one has emerged from the castle.
Have we heard anything? Do we see any fires being lit?
So I don't have any. I haven't set it up right now, but it's super windy, and sometimes you hear howling, but it sounds like wind, so it's hard to tell.
Okay.
And you haven't seen any campfire, no?
So they've either not set up a camp.
They're in there really far, and they found somewhere that doesn't need to be
Yeah.
warmed by a campfire, or they're dead.
Or they're dead. I was about to say that. Or they're dead.
They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. It is now the evening quarter day. Is there anything else you guys want to do? Because it is now dark. You do not have to make camp, which is nice.
I can sleep now so that we have a watch.
Yeah,
Well-
that's a good call.
You know what?
All right.
I'll take this chance to go ahead and turn this pelt into leather.
All right, I think he can help you craft because he also has the crafting skill, right?
Probably.
I won't say no to that.
Go ahead and take it anyway. I'm going to go double check it.
Didn't we want to keep watch and make sure nobody emerged from...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll stay up during the night.
Oof.
All right.
So he got a bane and no successes.
I would like to push this. So
now,
what's
you have to be desperate to push it. And you've already made your armor today. You've accomplished your goal.
I, as a healer, am desperate for willpower.
No, you don't want to let the life of this poor fox go in vain.
I don't want to let the life of this poor fox go in vain. I am a druid. I am a healer.
I'm going to say no.
I'm not surprised.
Hey, we tried.
Well, pelt's broke.
Fuck you,
At least we're
fox.
lighter now. I was hoping we could keep it because then we could sell it if we return the boulder post.
He gets it to where it's tough, but it's not enough. He's like, Cahoon, would you like to play with this?
Yeah. You hold the other end.
Chuck it.
like a
He'll hold
rawhide.
it. He'll tug of war.
Roll, because it's just like, do you want the stick?
The stick.
The stick.
The stick.
Do you want me to throw it?
I do.
I wish you could see that Drow just kind of cocked their head to the side like a dog would.
The wide eye, like excitement on your face was precious.
I'm a method actor.
All right.
I woke up this morning and decided that I was going to get into the methodology of being Cahoon by licking my own asshole.
Ew.
Yeah.
Whatever goats your float.
Truly one of the greats.
Alrighty.
My head hurts.
So Khalees sleeps, and then we'll keep watch during the next quarter day, which would be the nighttime quarter day.
Do I need to roll for scouting since this is kind of a big deal or no?
You do not, because nothing happens.
Okay.
All right, so we sleep.
Yeah, you sleep, and Khalees is up.
I
only
meditate
thing-
upon the universe.
That you notice is in the morning you catch Dal getting up earlier than everyone else and pack his things. He says, "Well, I don't want to be a bother, but I need to get on going."
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Dalb.
This is before you guys are up. Just to Khalees.
He's leaving before we wake up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And Kelly just kind of like, my friends will be sad to see you go.
Did he perchance cook the meat?
No.
Fuck. Man.
But he heads on out bright and early in the morning before everyone goes, and you don't see him anymore.
It's like she's, as he leaves, like, Dal,
Yeah.
travel with safety.
Oh, thanks. You guys too. Good luck with. Have fun storming the castle.
Oh my god.
You're gonna need it. Goodbye. And he leaves, and it's now the morning quarter day.
I will tear into some uncooked fox.
All right, go ahead.
For
Yeah,
I
you
am a
guys.
beast.
You
Wait,
guys can all
no.
eat without rolling your food resource die.
Yeah.
Cahoon is happier. It didn't get cooked.
You only have to roll for water.
I succeeded on my water roll, so my dice does not go down.
Same. It's a shame he's gone. Dalb was such a delightful young man.
Can you roll on your water resource die, Kali?
Yes, I can. I just got held up. Gear, water. I'm good.
All right, everyone's good. It's the morning. You haven't seen hide nor hair of Escar Farthing. What do you want to do?
Well,
Let's move some trees.
I suppose
Or
it's time to go
Do we
in.
have some rope?
Nope, I didn't get any rope.
I have
don't
a
have
fishing
rope
line,
It was too heavy at the time.
and I didn't shoot my bow, so I don't need to roll on my arrows.
So I see on the picture that there is what appears to be a loading crane.
Right.
I desperately want to use that.
Yeah, well,
I know,
I
right?
cannot express to you how much I want to use
There's
that.
no
little
way
hook.
you can go up there. I mean, it's like way too high. There's no access point to it, you know?
Yeah, I know.
But Cahoon can dream.
Cahoon can dream.
One day, Cahoon, one day.
Probably tomorrow if we make it up there.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Let's get logs.
All right.
I help.
Yeah, we'll help.
Or we could have our strangely buff old half-elf do it for us.
Do we have to make any kind of check to put these logs down?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it ain't your 5e, it ain't your Pathfinder. You just do it.
Well, we do.
You pick them up, you move them over.
It's dude.
You just.
You do
The only thing is, like, it's a little unnerving because on, like, the shoreline, you just see this, like, discolored spot. It's the same thing Coon saw the other day.
Like on the shore.
I don't like it.
Has it moved?
Oh, yeah. Good question.
The spot?
Yeah.
No.
Chuck a rock at the spot.
No.
You chuck a rock at the spot and it just, like, moves the sand. Nothing happens.
Do I see anything in the water?
You don't see anything directly in the water, but you just see, like, the algae on the surface, like, wrinkle and move.
Ugh.
Callie,
Yes.
that resignation. Please pull out your bow and ready an arrow, just in case.
I knock 2.
and he's going to go check out that spot.
You go and
It's
check out the spot?
On the sand, on the shore.
Right.
Yes.
All right, you go and check out the spot, and now that you're closer to it, it's like on the shore. Let's say I'm going to ping it on the spot right here, but it's like right when the ramp starts to go up.
Okay.
So you can get up to it and like look down at it, and it's like it looks like dried liquid, probably blood. And now that you're up closer, you can see like a little scrap of what looks like some sort of fabric there as well.
Uh-oh.
I pick it up.
You pick it up.
Oh my god.
Dreamin'.
It looks like a shirt kind of material.
Is there blood on the material? And if so, is it super dry, or could I tell if this has happened
As a
recently?
hunter, would I have some knowledge on the blood?
You can't really tell. It's definitely been here for like a day or more. So you're not certain like what it came from, but what'd you ask Dreamin' again?
Can I tell how long it's been there? Like, because I picked up the scrap, I know on the sand the blood would soak in very well, but on the scrap itself, is any of it moist, any of it still sticky, or is it all completely dry?
It's fairly dry. It smells like the rest of the moat.
This is bad.
I begin to wonder if that was someone. If so, the party is smaller now. Just sort of an ominous tone from Kali, still bow drawn.
Can I
Yeah, and
sniff
is there
it?
anything particular about this scrap cloth either?
No, I mean, it's not enough to go off of.
Does it seem as old as the footprints that we saw going in there?
I mean, you can't really tell. It's not like it's been
Okay.
baking out in the sun for weeks or anything. But
Okay.
Violence has happened here. We just don't know when it did.
Violence happens everywhere.
It sure does.
So do you put the logs down, right?
Yeah.
Are you
Dreamin'.
going to
Yes.
start crossing?
Don't get too close to the water.
No, I don't plan on it.
All right, so you're able to lay them down across pretty well. And as you do, you can see that the other party has crossed at some point in time, but whatever means they used is not here.
They probably pulled the logs or whatever they did back with them. Slow down anyone who tries to enter.
Yeah.
Granted, it also traps them inside for a slower escape.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're crossing over at this point.
Yeah.
Very carefully.
What's your party order here?
I would probably say I could argue being at the front or the back.
All right.
I'll go first.
Since we're going inside.
Cahoon would be first. Dreamin' would be second. And Kali will be third.
With
all right.
roll.
Melee, healing, ranged.
I don't know. I think that Rolk seems as though he's melee too.
Rolk. We could have him cover the rear in case of an ambush.
Fair enough.
All right. So Cahoon, you
forgot
start
about
going
Rolk.
across. All right. It's open on the other side. You start walking across.
Do I
And-
smell anything as I enter?
It smells horrible from the moat, just like nasty, icky poop water.
Nature.
I hold my nose.
And you're all kind of uneasy because like something obviously happened, and you're trying to figure out like what the heck is going on here. Why haven't we seen anybody? And as you're like right over the middle of the thing, a tentacle sticks out of the water and goes to smack you. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
You
Fucker.
are mean.
Not nice.
I
was so worried something would come
I do
out of the
not
water.
care for you.
I look at the clock and it says 1:24, and I'm like, oh, it's time.
That was why I told Dreamin', don't get too close to the water because like something's gonna come get him out of the water while he checks out
The
spot.
tentacle comes up and it's like, hello. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon. That's THIRD Gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Third Gallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Tumblr with the same handle at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of this podcast on YouTube and Twitch. Our YouTube channel is called The Third Gallon, and our Twitch channel is @ThirdGallon. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work at youtube.com/Michael Ghelfi Music, and you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Our theme music for this season was composed by Alexander Nakarada. You can find more of his work at serpentsoundstudios.com and support him at patreon.com/anakarada. That's patreon.com/ANAKARADA. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.